Welcome everyone to this week's 2-Minute Tuesdays. We're going behind the meanings again, this time with a very familiar term, horsepower. Everyone has heard of it, every car ad mentions it, and most people talk about their car, they casually throw the number of horsepower the car has. But what is horsepower, and who came up with it, and why do we still use it today? Find out more on 2-Minute Tuesdays. The term horsepower was coined by Scottish inventor and mechanical engineer Mr. James Watt, who is most famous for his work on improving the performance and efficiency of steam engines. He was so influential in his work that they named the SI unit for power after him. You know, like a 60-watt light bulb? Back to the lesson at hand. The story goes, Watt was working with ponies lifting coal at a coal mine, and he wanted a way to talk about the power available from any one of these animals. He found that a mine pony could do 22,000 foot-pounds of work per minute. They then increased the number by 50% and pegged the measurement of horsepower at 33,000 foot-pounds of work per minute, with the assumption that a full-grown horse could easily do more work. To explain a little further, a horse can exert 1 horsepower and raise 330 pounds of coal 100 feet in a minute, or 33 pounds of coal 1,000 feet in a minute, or 1,000 pounds 33 feet in a minute, so long as the product is 33,000. Now, let's relate this back to cars. 33,000 divided by 60, 1 minute, equals 500 feet per second, or 1 horsepower. To find horsepower in an engine, you first need to find its torque, and to do this, you need a dynamometer. This places a load on the engine and measures the amount of power the engine can produce against the load. This turning force number will be your torque. Adding a dynamometer is helpful to find a car's power efficiency without having to put wear and tear on the vehicle. First you apply the device and then you find a constant average speed to keep the engine at, let's say 3,000 RPM or rotations per minute, and keep it there for a constant speed. Next, you multiply the torque number times the RPM divided by 5,252. Let's work through an equation to solidify the message. If you put 300 pounds of torque on the car at a constant 3,000 RPM, you should have 171 horsepower on the car. Then, to test further, you add weight to the load and knock down the RPMs and record the load there. The process can be repeated at many different intervals to give you the peak horsepower and peak torque. High-performance cars are all about power relative to the weight of the car. Let's see how these cars stacked up. On this chart, the Corvette stacks up nicely in the power to weight to price comparison. This seemingly arbitrary number has made its way down through the centuries and now appears on your car, lawnmower, your chainsaw, and sometimes even vacuum cleaners. We hope you learned something new today. Until next time, we'll see you next Tuesday.